Mark Barden, A Beautiful Constraint, How to Transform Your Limitations into Advantages, and Why It's Everyone's Business. Get ready to rewire the way you perceive constraints in life and business as you explore the summary of A Beautiful Constraint, How to Transform Your Limitations into Advantages, and Why It's Everyone's Business by Mark Barden. Delve into the possibilities that limitations can offer as you discover the importance of responding positively to constraints and finding innovative ways to work around them to achieve your goals. Learn how complex problems can be tackled by asking propelling questions, reframing your mindset, and optimizing the resources available to you. This summary promises to take you on an insightful journey, emphasizing the need for ingenuity in both personal and organizational successes, while offering valuable examples and practical advice.
Embracing constraints. Constraints are often viewed as limitations that restrict our ability to act. However, when approached with the right attitude, they can broaden our thinking and potential. Constraints can be beneficial in many aspects of life, such as parenting and business improvement. The success of shoe retailer Zappos is an example of how constraints can lead to innovation and success. Although not every constraint has a beneficial resolution, learning to embrace constraints and manage them properly can lead to greater possibilities. In today's world, where there is an abundance of resources and opportunities yet scarcity of time, it is essential to put conscious constraints on our ambition. Constraints should be viewed as liberators of new possibilities, and a completely new relationship with them must be developed. Overcoming constraints. When faced with a constraint, don't let it stop you. Instead, make it beautiful by finding ways to move forward despite limitations. There are 3 stages of response to restrictions: the victim reduces ambitions and pulls back, the neutralizer maintains ambition and goes around constraints, and the transformer views a constraint as an opportunity to grow more ambitious. To move past the victim mindset, recognize which stage defines your current response and understand why you are there. Focus on method and motivation to deal with the challenge and find the willpower to face the constraint, even if it means breaking out of old patterns. Don't ask why the constraint is happening to you, but rather figure out how to frame the challenge and overcome it. Remember, you have dealt with roadblocks before, and you can do it again. We all sit at a nexus between a world of possibilities and the reality of scarcities. By becoming a transformer, you can fuel creative solutions and see constraints as opportunities for growth and ambition. Breaking free from reflexive responses. Relying too much on proven problem-solving approaches to deal with obstacles may lead to path dependence in larger organizations. Personal motivation is key to the transformation process, and it can be sourced from the larger narrative of the organization and our own makeup. To overcome new constraints, recognizing your dominant path and thinking outside it is imperative. Businesses, teams, and individuals all suffer from reflexive responses, but by using self-examination to identify automatic reactions and patterns, one can break free and think more flexibly. Audi's winning strategy. The book highlights Audi's victory in the 24-hour Le Mans road race by using a high-performance diesel engine. The story demonstrates the importance of framing questions and generating new solutions. The author suggests using the 4 sources of unreasonableness to ask propelling questions and spur innovation. These sources include the unreasonable regulator, consumer, customer, and challenger. The examples of IKEA, City Car Share, Walmart, and Airbnb illustrate how organizations can meet the demands of their stakeholders while fostering innovation. The book emphasizes that asking the right questions, challenging assumptions, and thinking outside the box can lead to success, even in highly competitive industries. The power of positive communication. Instead of saying whether a goal is possible or not, focus on how it could be possible. Replace "can't" with "why we can," regardless of how far-fetched the reason may seem. This optimistic attitude injects positive energy into conversations, helping everyone to seek solutions instead of problems. Can-if sequences follow a specific structure, such as, "we can if we access the knowledge of." Positive communication inspires creative problem-solving and shifts the focus from barriers to possibilities. Resourcefulness in improvisational comedy. Improvisational comedy thrives on mutual acceptance, where performers build upon each other's ideas. Recognizing the tradable value is key to resourcefulness. To unlock resourcefulness, avoid being constrained by limits, draw on fresh resources, and recognize exchanges of value. Think creatively about the value of your own contributions to meet others' needs. This approach serves the mutual needs of stakeholders, partners, and competitors. A mutually beneficial hustle is essential to gain access to the valuable resources of others. The science of mental contrasting. Happy and positive emotions like joy and delight can enhance cognitive flexibility by unleashing dopamine and noradrenaline, which help to create connections among different pieces of information in the brain, leading to more creative thinking. Balancing between contentment and anxiety is key to enhancing flexibility and achieving goals. Use the science of mental contrasting to weigh the pros and cons of a situation, and toggle between positive and negative visualization to prepare the mind for successful implementation of intentions. The power of creativity. When the McLaren Formula One racing team lost its major sponsors due to the EU ban on promoting tobacco, it faced a huge budget shortfall. However, instead of giving up, team leader Ron Dennis recognized the opportunity to do more with less. He had his team look at every detail of its operation to find ways to become faster, leaner, more efficient and more aware of costs. McLaren employees realized that efficiency and dedication drive results. Dennis also realized that his team could no longer be passive about sponsorship. Instead of just painting the race car to promote their sponsors, McLaren's people wore sponsors' logos, hats, and watches for maximum visibility. With this enthusiasm, McLaren scored a major sponsorship deal with the giant phone company Vodafone. This proves that in the fertile zero, you have fewer resources than you want or need, but the seeds of creativity can grow. This zero constraint can be inspirational and push teams to find innovative solutions and create new partnerships. For instance, Citizen M Hotel formed a partnership with Vitra, a Swiss furniture firm, to turn its hotel lobbies into furnishings showrooms at no cost. Constraints as a catalyst. Large organizations, like individuals and small companies, can use constraints to their advantage. This is evident in the success stories of Ingvar Kamprad and Nike. Kamprad believes in building long-lasting and affordable products, while embracing impossible questions. Nike's reputation was on the line due to bad publicity about working conditions in its Asian factories. They turned a constraint into an opportunity by reinventing their glue. This process challenged and enhanced their operations, leading to further innovations such as minimizing waste materials on the factory floor. Constraints can lead to beautiful solutions that enhance business operations. The loop of scarcity and abundance. Scarcity and abundance are not opposing forces, but rather an infinite loop that fuels each other. The increase in competition due to scarcity for material resources can be balanced with an abundance of computing power and connectedness, which allows for the ongoing reinvention of business. However, an abundance of action could lead to a scarcity of time or concentration, which could negatively affect our creativity and strategy. Therefore, it is crucial to identify where we have scarcity and abundance and constantly rebalance. This constraint can drive inventiveness in both our personal and professional lives.
As you conclude your exploration of the beautiful constraint, you should now feel equipped with a renewed perspective on how limitations can be transformed into advantages. The book emphasizes that cultivating a healthy relationship with constraints can fuel new possibilities and creative solutions. Be intentional about your response to constraints, striving to move beyond being a victim to becoming a transformer, welcoming the chance to grow more ambitious despite the barriers. By challenging your dominant paths, asking meaningful questions, and adopting an optimistic outlook, you can unleash the full potential of constraints in your personal and professional life. Embrace the wisdom shared in this summary and turn the tides of both scarcity and abundance in your favor, propelling yourself and your organization forward.